And then
Steve-O, your hat's still tilted back.
yeah, okay.
Damn. Are you trying to hide that X?
Don't hide that.
Don't hide that
SpaceX
SpaceX
hat.
To share. Here we go. Wait, how do I?
Just because
How did I do
Elon
it last
smoked a
week?
blunt doesn't mean you have to be ashamed.
His stock price has gone back up, so it's fine.
Yeah, I still bought it at way too high a price.
Yep.
That's for sure. Hang
How's
on.
everybody doing?
Oh, doing great.
Right.
You all right, Dave?
Yeah.
How's the streaming going?
I've missed a few days, to be fair, but I mean, my schedule is off,
Yeah,
but I've still
Okay,
streamed.
check your email.
that's good. That's good.
What?
He was telling
wasn't-
Becca check her email.
Oh. So I mean, it's all right, but I could be better.
What have you been playing lately?
Destiny, of course.
Of course.
I
Why
mean,
should I
it's
even
new.
ask?
It's Forsaken, and
Aha.
the game way changed.
Hello.
We changed.
Oh,
There she is.
Hello.
All
look
right.
at her.
Shiny forehead.
Tiny
Just
short
like
You should have
Steve-O.
seen me. Yeah, this is how I started. I guess when I put my headphones on, it like pulled my hat back.
Mm.
That's good. Okay, let me get off my email.
Get off that email.
And then I can stop hiding it. Okay. And we should be good.
Patrick, did
Oh.
you send them a link to that video?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I
Oh
s-
yeah. I
I
got
sent you a link.
I got it pulled up. I was instructed not to watch it,
Yeah.
although I
Yeah.
could not help but read the headline.
Okay. Well,
I will not
I
announce
want
it.
you guys to watch this.
Hey, yeah, let's just watch this
Just
now.
watch
I
get
just want
everybody-
to go ahead.
Yeah.
All right.
It's
Let's see.
crazy.
I'm not sure where the volume's going to be at because I never know with these things. But here we go.
We might have to
Well,
talk
we're not
through it,
live yet,
though.
right?
Oh, we're streaming.
Yeah.
We're streaming.
Yeah, I got the notification on my phone.
Live on Mixer.
Yeah,
On the mixer.
live on the mixer. You not got it?
Honestly, and
Oh, I guess I need to share my screen, huh?
Yeah,
no.
yeah. Dave's got to watch it too.
And I'll
So
blow it up.
Patrick showed this to me and Todd on
The other day.
Wednesday, and I've never been so horrified in my life.
It
It's
is
about the
it
worst
is
thing I've ever
crazy.
seen.
Yeah. Whoever did this, man.
Is Todd okay?
What?
It wasn't as bad as showing him the monkey.
monkey?
baby a dog.
Yeah, that one for some reason really got me.
Yeah. This he just thought it was funny and disturbing.
All right, are we ready?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I need to host.
So this is in a school. So what's going on here? This is in a lunchroom. Somebody had put laxatives
Oh my god.
in all the food.
No way.
All the kids are just shitting in the floors.
Oh,
Crying.
Oh my god!
Hey! Like it's some private school. What they deserve, I guess.
Oh my.
Yeah. Kids shitting on the wall over
I
there.
mean, but this video, I don't know if we should be showing this video. I don't know what the legal. Oh
Dave's about to vomit over here. Back in the hallway. Teacher's trying to buy. It slips and shit.
my god.
They're just shitting
No.
everywhere.
No.
Those lists, there are just kids lined up in the hall, going in the basket, just shitting.
Just shitting and crying.
There's a girl
Yeah.
right now just weeping in her own shit.
Wow.
Oh my
Running
god.
through the halls, holding their school
Punching their
uniforms.
It's about over. They're crying still.
Yeah, lots of people sitting against lockers.
Oh my God!
Was forced.
Oh my
God.
god.
So
What happened?
That's a shitty day at school.
What do you guys think about that?
What do you guys think? Oh my god, that. I
That
mean,
must have been some really strong shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh.
Damn.
Yeah, overdosed on laxatives.
So did
So nobody's
is there
seen
an
this?
article? No, I hadn't heard. Is there like do you know any more to the story? Like who did it? What kind of trouble?
Well, it's from a show on Netflix called American
Oh.
Vandal. I thought it was real at
Now
first.
listen, we thought it
yeah.
was real.
Yeah, I was gonna say this. I don't know. That like it seemed like maybe like a performance art that they got the whole school involved or something. You know, somehow.
Performance.
I mean-
Everybody was involved except the principal that was
Yeah.
running through the hall.
Really? Oh wait.
No, it's a show
called
on.
American Vandal.
Yeah, it's like a fake documentary where it's like a spoof of like true crime shows where these kids investigate school pranks. Apparently,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I'd never seen it, and I wanted to find the story. I was like, how did this even happen? Who just walked through the hallway with this phone and all these kids shitting themselves? And yeah, it's totally fake. But pretty good.
Yeah.
Fake.
The
I wanted you guys to
yeah.
experience it for real for a moment.
yeah,
I guess
the
I'm glad that
episode's
it's fake.
called The Brownout. Peter and Sam travel to a prestigious private high school in Bellevue, Washington, to document the story of the filthy vandal called the Turd Burglar.
The turd burglar.
Right, of course.
Yeah, of course.
The bird turgler.
Yeah. Out there burgling turds. I guess yeah. He went around and scooped it all up and took it home.
That's right. Scooping it into a bag. His turd satchel.
Now, that's how you burgle turds.
Can you
Whoa.
imagine that happening? I mean, today specifically, I think you would get charged with terrorism.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think so. That goes beyond prank. I mean, and all those kids, they all be emotionally scarred.
Yeah, I just kept thinking, man, that is wrong. I mean, of course, then there's the fact that, you know, when they're all involved, then how embarrassed can you be? You know what I mean?
True.
If
Yeah.
everybody's shitting themselves in the hallway, then there's really nothing to be embarrassed about.
Like if you've already seen the coolest kid in school like shitting himself while running and then slip and fall into somebody else's shit.
Yeah, is that who that was the most popular girl in school?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was in school, there was a popular girl that fell down the stairs and laughed so hard she pissed herself, and everybody thought it was just so cute. And then when I pissed myself in high school, it's not that cute.
No. I'm glad that's fake. Those poor kids.
Yeah. I had so many questions of how is this even possible? How could this even happen? Like why are
Yeah.
they all just sitting in the hall? Like why so many
Bathrooms are taken up, man.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
so-
that's what you kept saying. But I'm like, there's so many classroom corners or closets you could find.
Yeah, no, just lean up against the wall, get it done.
Just up against the lockers.
oh man, but you don't get it done. I bet it's one of the. I mean, I guess I've never taken a laxative before, much less like I'm sure that's too much. You know what I mean? Like laxative isn't supposed to make that happen. But
Yeah.
I imagine that it's like it's not a very quick shit. I imagine you feel the urge to be there for a while, right? Like you're not just gonna be like, done. Right? I don't know. Has anybody ever taken an obscene amount of laxatives?
No.
No,
Never.
I mean,
What
it's
is
gotta
Becca doing?
What?
be diarrhea. It's just gonna shoot out of your ass. We're gonna see Steven's
Whoa.
bedroom right now.
Oh, gee.
what's going on?
What?
Sorry.
What were you doing? I thought you were about to come out that door.
I was shutting the door because
Becca,
I could.
while you're in there, can you just start going through Steve-O's shit? Put it on the screen. Is there anything?
There's nothing in here except me.
Steve-O it's just a big red bed.
Yeah.
Wow.
Steve-O,
I'm sitting in the corner in a chair. There's nothing else in here except his bed.
Well, yeah,
There's
you can
clothes.
hear all the echoes. Yeah.
is the red sheets to hide all those virgins you're deflowering?
You got it. You got me pinned to the wall.
At least there's something on the wall in here.
Yeah, yeah. They all came down when she left. Yeah, there used to be things. There used to be like owls on the wall and shit. When Tiffany was
real
still
ones?
here, yeah, real ones. They just lived there. Yeah.
Oh,
So guys,
okay.
I want to hear about what you guys are doing in Florida. Becca, you've seen the Harry Potter thing. You've been wanting to see that forever. You guys are at Disney World.
Yep.
Tell us about it. Tell us about it.
Oh, it's been great. I might as well be in Spain. My feet are covered in blisters. Completely covered. I have terrible blisters.
Yeah.
And other than that, I pushed on through. I didn't leave early or anything. I stayed there all day for all 3 of the days I was there. Got to do a lot of cool shit. I spent a lot of money there. Probably, I'd say at Universal between the 2 days, I think I spent $600 on.
A lot of magnets and bottled water.
Oh,
She
no,
actually-
not magnets. No.
She did actually get some cool shit. Like she, of course, day one, she's like, "Oh, you want to see all the shit that I got at Universal?" And I'm, in my mind, I'm like, "No," but, but you got that wand that was pretty cool. Like to see, the craftsmanship of the Harry Potter wand. It wasn't Harry Potter's wand, but it was one of those. It was an official Harry Potter brand wand. That was pretty neat. That was how much was that thing? Like $60, $100, $100.
It was 50.
We make good Harry Potter wine over here.
Does like anything pop out of the wand at all?
No,
When you, like,
No,
just solid wood.
it was interactive at the park. You could cast spells in the
Really?
park. Yeah.
Oh, I think I've seen a commercial for that where the kids.
I didn't do it.
Oh yeah, it had like the little.
That's right.
I'm
So
an
it would be. It
I'm
would
an
have
adult.
been cool.
I
That's
didn't
right.
do it.
It had the infrared sensor or the transmitter right at the end.
Yeah, there's a little ball at the end of it that it information comes out of it somehow.
Yeah.
information comes out of the wand?
Did you get some robes?
No.
Why not?
Absolutely not.
Why wouldn't you get a robe
You
for your
just-
house?
You were so excited about the wand, but you just like turned your nose up at the robes. That's where you draw the line. Did you get a broom?
Robes don't make magic.
Don't they?
It's a part of
yeah,
the
but the brooms will
experience.
fly. Did you get a broom?
No, I didn't get a broom.
Why didn't
Oh
you
my
get a
God,
broom?
we spent $600 on a fucking wand and bottled water.
But didn't get a flying broom?
She got a mediocre like mummy casket.
A medium.
Excuse me?
It was I mean the craftsmanship left something to be desired on the outside.
Now,
It looks like somebody found it in Egypt or something. It doesn't look like it was made crappy. It looks like it was found crappy.
It
was
was
this
okay.
also supposed to be from a movie?
Yeah,
No,
the mummy.
it was just themed, mummy themed.
Oh.
yeah.
Hmm.
The mummy inside, though. Tell me about the mummy inside.
Yeah, the
it.
mummy inside was impeccable, but I want to focus on the outside. The paint
So
job.
it's a nesting mummy.
It seemed like this was made in a factory somewhere where someone's really cracking the whip. Like someone's really trying to do a good job with their gold paint on the little lines and shit, and someone's just like, "You gotta pump them out. Gotta pump them out." And they're
You're
just
too
like
slow.
going over lines and stuff.
Maybe it is made in Egypt.
No, pretty sure it was China.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Toy fool.
Hey, the
Everything
third
made in
Mummy movie
China.
was in China.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, with Jet Li.
With a different woman.
I'm just
yeah,
giving you
and they
shit.
tried to act like it was the same.
So, did you try the official butterbeer they have there?
Oh yeah, more than once.
Did you get drunk from it?
No, it wasn't alcoholic.
Like
Oh.
cream soda with ice
With-
cream in it.
Butterscotch whipped cream or something on top. It was very good.
Mm.
Did
Well,
you go to the Hogshead and get any of their own beer, the crafts beer they have there?
No, I didn't drink any alcohol there. I was already so dehydrated. I just avoided it altogether. But we did go to the Leaky Cauldron and eat there.
Yeah.
It was underwhelming. I had I asked him about if there was anything on their menu that didn't have onions, and the chef came out and said there is literally onions in every single thing that we have.
Wow.
So I went for the thing that seemed like the most like there could be the least amount of onions involved. It was fish and chips. There was onions in it apparently, but that's what I
Powder,
had. And
right?
it was very, very underwhelming.
Onion powder, right?
I guess that's probably what it was.
Make anything special.
No, and of course I'm not going to ask anybody to.
I would say he just didn't know and would just like to cover his ass. Just said it's in everything. Yeah,
maybe.
I had the shepherd's pie there way
Yeah.
way back. Yep, I know Becca loves the shepherd's pie too. So you guys, anything else? Anything cool about the Harry Potter?
Oh, they didn't go. I did.
Yeah,
I
we
went
didn't
there.
Well, I'm asking you. Yeah.
The Hogwarts Express was really cool. It had the thing that I wanted it to have on it, which was the Dementors. That was pretty cool.
Did you touch one?
No, they're not real.
They don't have any dressed up as Dementors.
No, it was like you're inside a train car and there's windows and you're kind of just seeing silhouettes
Oh,
on the outside of stuff. I think the one thing that was missing from it that they should have done definitely was make it really cold in there when the Dementors went by. But they didn't do that.
sweet.
They're capable of that. You would.
Huh?
They have those capabilities. You'd think.
Oh, surely, yeah. They have air conditioning in all those gift shops that you can feel from like half a mile away when you walk past them. So surely they've got that kind of technology. But Universal, it was pretty cool. I got sick on the Mummy ride, so I didn't ride anything else after that. But for the most part, it was pretty cool. I got to hug Beetlejuice.
Did he try to grab your crotch?
No, but he called me baby.
Who called you that?
Beetlejuice.
Oh,
You gonna try to make me
Yeah,
say it one more
wait,
time?
What was
That's
his,
cute.
What was his name?
what?
That's funny.
He's here.
But Disney World, we can talk about Disney World. That was a blast.
We managed to hit 3 parks. We were intending on hitting 4, but then we got realistic. We're like, we're not going to be able to go to Hollywood Studios.
Getting tired or not enough
No,
time?
just we knew that.
Time.
Yeah, time. Epcot closes at 3, and that's where we wanted to end. And we wanted to go around the world, drink around the world. And little did I know that it's apparently a rule of thumb that you never start in Mexico. I was listening to to a podcast that it's like a casual space podcast, and they just talk about, they happen to talk about Epcot, and then somebody was saying that they went there and they started with Mexico, and everyone's like, no, you never start in Mexico, because like we did, we got a really good margarita. It was, do you remember what it was called, Brad? Honey jalapeno. Huh? Smoky jalapeno. And it was spicy. It had like salt and pepper. Ant salt. And around the rim, and it was spicy, but it was really good. And then we
It was
of course, we got like full drinks, but every other place that we stopped at was like small ones. That's why I think that people say start the other way and in, because when you walk in, you can either go left and start with Mexico, or you can go right, and over there I think is Canada first, and then you just work your way around.
I would definitely go to Canada first.
Yeah.
We didn't even go to Canada.
Yeah, we were kind of high. Like the last place we stopped was in England, and I got a Guinness, and then we were just walking towards the exit and trying to beat the traffic out. Space Mountain is still really good, but they took out one thing that was like my favorite part of the whole ride. Right at the beginning, have you guys ridden Space Mountain?
Not since I was a kid. Yeah.
Do you remember when the ride first starts? You're going through like a tube. It kind of looks like Tron or something. There's lights all around, and you're like,
Yeah, that's where the girl
Yeah.
got decapitated.
Nice.
oh, really? Maybe
Oh,
that's.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah, because it used to be you were accelerating down this tube. It looks like you're gonna smash into the wall, and then you cut to the left really fast, and then you go into the big dark room and whatever. But yeah, that initial tube part was not there, so I was a little bit disappointed. But speaking of girl getting decapitated, I mean, I know it's dark and it's hard to tell like distances, but I was genuinely like, do not let my hands fly up, because it felt like I would definitely touch something as I was flying through there. Yeah. Let's see.
It's always been like that. That's what I remember when I was a kid.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody talked about that girl that got decapitated. Like, better hunch
How?
down.
Yeah, like how?
Stuck her head out, I guess.
I mean, but you're strapped in, like I guess I don't know. She
Wiggled
probably
out.
wiggled up, yeah, and like stuck her. Oh my god. Oh,
Yeah. Imagine that.
yeah.
You
Matt-
wouldn't have to imagine it for very long.
Yeah, and then we went over
It's herself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Went over to the Animal Kingdom and, did the safari thing. It was shorter than I thought. For some reason, I thought that Disney had just like a huge area out there, like the savannah or something, and you'd be like off a trail and just kind of driving over the grasslands and stuff. But it's like a 15-minute ride and it's through a trail, and you clearly see the truck that's in front of you. It is a real person driving, you're not on a track, but I mean, it was cool. It was a lot of different animals and stuff. But I kind of wished that it was the kind of ride where they have the freedom to sort of take their time. If you see something cool and everybody's trying to get pictures, where you could maybe actually stop and get those pictures. But it was somewhat rushed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a place like that we used to go to when I was a kid. That's like it's around Miami. It's called Lion Country Safari. I don't know. I'm it's probably still around. I don't know, but it was like that. You would just drive your own car through, and there would just be lions and shit just out there.
Yeah, those. I mean, they definitely exist. You see the videos of people, like rolling down their windows, and giraffe heads, coming in. And there was one that I saw not that long ago where, like, they're like getting out, and there were, I think lions. It was lions that were out and around, and like actually fucking came after him and grabbed one of them. And I don't think anybody died, but like these idiots fucking getting out of their cars at these things. What do they call them? There's like it's like a drive-through zoo or something.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I don't know if it's got an official name, but that's basically what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to do that, actually. I didn't know that there was one. Well, it's not really close if it's down by Miami, but I would like to do that.
Yeah, look it up and see if it's still open. I don't know. I haven't been there since I was like a teenager, but
Yeah. And, of course, I was trying to take photos with my phone all day, and I'm not really happy with any. I've posted one, and I want to go back with my real camera and, shoot the animals and shoot the fireworks and all the typical shit that people want to shoot at Disney. So that'll happen.
did you guys do Pirates of the Caribbean?
No.
No.
Yeah, actually, we had
God.
talked about it, but I guess we forgot.
The human skull in there.
That is the best ride.
It's not. We did the best one.
Which one?
It's a small world.
Yeah.
That's right. That's what we did in lieu of the good one.
Did you go? Did you go see the Hall of Presidents?
No.
We walked past it.
We should have.
well,
we
that's
should have just because they've added Trump to it. That would have been cool to see Donald Trump as an animatronic.
Yeah,
You fired.
it's great. It's great. It's a great animation.
I wonder what they could do. Like, man, I really want to ride that now because I wonder what they could have him saying that's not going to be like, not going to come across as like making fun of him or something or like mocking things that he says.
I've seen a video of it when they first came out with it, and all of them look really weird. Like none of them look good.
Yeah.
I was afforded the opportunity to go behind the scenes of that and watch how it functions, and that was so cool, man.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, we've been to Disney World many times, and one of those times, Rochelle had gotten for my father and I I think I told you guys this, or I thought I had the behind the scenes package tour. So we got to go to behind the scenes of MGM, Disney World, and Epcot. And it was kind of because, you're just out there and you're walking along these paths. So I'm kind of walking behind and all of those, all the names in the window on Main Street of Disney World are actual people that have either worked there or have done something to decorate that area.
Oh.
So those names in the shop windows on the second story up there are all real people.
Cool.
And there's all kinds of cool stuff behind it that I could go on. And
What was it? What was it? Kegel was telling us that when you walk down Main Street, the Disney. Oh, Yeah, what Disney's Neighborhood? The buildings get gradually shorter to play on perspective and make the castle look bigger behind it.
That's all
No.
true. That's all true.
Is that-
Yeah, they told you that in there. And one of the things they do in their shows is they use. They've done a lot of research to know what the octaves and certain tones that will elicit emotions. So while you're watching their shows or you're doing that, the music behind them is specifically designed to. Well, I mean, I guess if they wanted to, they'd make you pee yourself. But
It is Disney.
yeah,
And there's smells too, he said.
Huh.
Yeah.
and yeah, the smells as well.
And they blast the AC out into the outside to entice you to go in and buy some shit. Right?
They
yeah,
don't need to do that. I was enticed enough.
and it is Disney World is the second largest uniform procurer only to the United States military.
We know about that too.
And when you go down, when you go downstairs, that room is huge. There's a hall, and it's just a whole.
Full of uniforms.
Well, there's a room on one side full of them, and when they go to pick up, everything's on a chain, so they go pick up their shit. It's just
Yeah, we had a really good tour guide that told us a lot about that.
That's awesome, because then you didn't have to spend that fucking money to go behind the scenes.
Right. Right. Hey, if you ever need to know anything about buses, Kegel's your man. He's
He
he
knew
actually
everything.
he just started there. He works at Disney now, and he's training to get his CDL, and he's gonna drive the buses.
Oh, that's
Awesome.
cool.
Yeah, that was how this all happened, because as an employee, he's able to. He said it's like 16 times per year he's able to go like himself and then have up to 3 guests, and he gets the fast passes.
Damn.
And so we were able to, like, he could set 3 fast passes at a time, and then once we went through those, we could get more. So yeah, it was good. Like, we were able to make good time through the park. Mad props to Kegel for taking us, for sure.
Mad props, Kegel.
Mad props. Yeah. Yeah, it was actually really good to have somebody there. I mean, he's been there a million times. He's already an annual pass holder, so he's been there a million times. Those pictures, by the way, Becca and Brad, the reason we were able to get those pictures is not because he works there. It's because he has an annual pass. Usually,
Yeah, he had the magic band.
yeah, but I thought that was part of him working there. Can y'all hear me?
There's one other interesting fact that I recall, and it was Disneyland fits inside the parking lot of Disney World.
I heard that too.
Wow.
That's crazy. That's
Can
a lot.
Kegel get us in there?
Into Disneyland? Oh, I wonder.
No, in the parking
Oh,
lot.
in the parking lot. Not without pay. I don't know. Did we have to pay?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I think him working there got us the free parking.
Damn.
That's worth everything
Mhm.
right there.
Right there,
Free
free
parking.
parking, man. You can't beat that.
Yeah, I don't remember.
All right, anything else you guys want
Yeah.
to tell us about your time?
Let's see. We did not get to see a sea turtle last night.
Okay, okay.
I have a pretty good update on a previous storyline that we've discussed before. The progression of my massages. I've got a pretty good story
Oh.
about that.
I'm sure the listeners are
Well,
they're just perked up. They're like, what?
well, yeah, because the last week she told us this story after we stopped, so she's gonna have to recap
Oh.
that one.
But there's another story after that.
Right.
Yeah. So the story that I didn't tell the world, I just told you guys, was the pedicure, where I'm pretty sure the girl was DTF, and I guess really the only thing that makes me think that is because she was rubbing my feet on her boobs, like while she was.
That's the only thing. It's the only reason that you would think. That.
And she was like looking up at me with those eyes that girls have, you know, and she.
Like with the retinas and the corneas and stuff.
Yeah. And she
What that
was.
my dad warned me about ever since I was a kid. He's like, There's this look that women get on their face.
Oh,
Look
what?
out for that.
Just run.
Just be careful. Just be careful, son.
Yeah, she had that look, and she was asking me questions about myself and rubbing my feet on her boobs and stuff. But anyway, that wasn't a massage. That was just a pedicure. So I don't know if the massage people and the pedicure people have conversations about the threshold and how far they've lubed me up.
They have
to that point.
They've got like a massage version of LinkedIn or something where they keep track of everybody's profile.
Well, and apparently it goes throughout the United States too, because I went to get a massage yesterday at a nice little place just up the road from here, and they just offered all kinds of services. I had to really think about what I wanted to do, and I'm going back, by the way, just to get that out. Now I'm going to go back probably on Sunday because they have a massage where 2 people do it at once. It's called a four hands massage.
Wow.
Oh, huh.
I'm gonna get that.
That's
So I go to this massage place, and the lady takes me back into the room. And in any other situation where I've gotten a massage, the person says, "I'm gonna leave the room. You can undress to your comfort level, and I'll be back in a couple minutes. We'll get started." This lady didn't say anything. So when she was leaving the room, I said, "So what's the clothing situation?" And she said, "I would prefer that you just take everything off."
all right.
And I said, "Okay, that's fine." And she said, "It's just easier that way, if there's the oils and the stuff, and you just don't want to get it on your stuff, but for real though, you have to take your bra off." And I said, "Okay, that's fine." So she comes back in and she's doing all her shit. She didn't really seem like she wasn't really getting close. Like she wasn't getting any closer to the diamond zone like the other ones were. But
forever.
But one thing she did do that I thought was a little weird because I hadn't experienced it before was she just constantly tickled my ears. Like the whole time she was like running her pinky up and down my earlobes. Is that weird?
Just like a little bit of pinky, like not even.
Yeah,
like that.
just
Are you
Just
sure?
up and down the earlobe.
Are you
with
sure it was
the
her
pinky.
finger?
I hope.
Yeah, showing a pinky. But yeah.
I hope it was. But I've never had any of them specifically tell me to take everything off before, so
It's
I just thought that was alarming.
Just easier, I think. Yeah.
I've been to that same place, and they did tell us it was a couples massage. I don't know if that mattered, but they told me and Tiffany just, well, what you said they normally say is down to your comfort level.
Yeah.
So,
It's typical. It's what they usually say.
but they've actually got a file on you. They didn't have a file on me.
Yeah.
Yeah, stay tuned. Next week I'll tell you, because next week on Sunday I'm going to have 2 people doing it, so I'll let you know how that goes.
It's gonna really
What
take it to the next level.
Expecting on this next one.
What?
What are you expecting that's going to happen on this next one?
Should we go over what I'm expecting or what I'm hoping for? Because I'm expecting that it's going to go just about the same as all the other ones. And I'm probably not the only person in the world that gets a massage and thinks that the person massaging you is totally into you because they're touching you. They're touching you like slow, like people do.
Yeah.
Just not in the diamond zone.
I just like when they say comfort level.
Yeah.
How often?
They come back in and you're in snow pants.
Right?
I mean, there are such things as never nudes.
No, I was gonna say like completely naked, laying on your side, like.
Yeah.
Like George Costanza.
Yeah. Well, I guess comfort level is you're not going to put anything more on and you're not going to take anything less, or you're not going to take anything less off than everything, but they are comfortable with everything. They're comfortable with you taking everything off. And I'm more comfortable with that too because the oils, it's just much easier to not get the oils all over you.
Yeah. Yeah.
But somebody should do this as an experiment and go and put a lot more clothes on after they leave the room.
I think
Well,
I'll go
it's
get a massage and wear like aluminum foil underwear. Just see what they say. See what they say.
You could just, okay, so if you walked in there with a bag full of clothes, that would give it away. So what you need is like someone like just outside the window so that when they leave the room, they can pass you like a parka and like a raincoat and an umbrella.
Yeah, what if you're like, you come in and you're like, I'm special. I'm a special needs customer. I have this phobia about being touched. So, and you have like 12 layers of clothing on, and you go through this thing about taking off layer at a time.
That reminds me, the thing I forgot to tell about the massage. I knew there was something I was missing. There was a point during this massage that she had my whole entire ass uncovered. And that has not happened before. It's always, they always pull the sheet down right there to the line. They don't go any further. But she had my whole entire ass out, and she touched it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty then.
Yeah, listeners are loving this right now.
Sometimes the butt massage feels good, I guess.
Well, they all do it, but they always do it with the blanket on. They all do the massage, but it's always the blanket on. This time, whole ass out, touching.
So she probably saw your butthole then, is what you're saying.
No, no way. She did not see my butthole.
So she wasn't standing behind you.
She was standing to the side, and she wasn't like spreading anything. She was just, it was just circular motions.
I don't know.
Oh man.
Massage saga.
Yeah, I don't know. It's getting hot in here.
Yeah.
It's fucking hot in here. How do you live in here, Steve-O? It's so hot.
Yeah, the vents in there are pretty shitty.
It's so bad.
I don't think I could.
To help loosen up the virgins.
Yep.
Yeah,
Get them left.
That's right. Get it lubed. I don't think I could do the butt massage because I just happen to know that my butt cheeks are ticklish.
Wait, Steve-O, is that why you go down the front? That's why you when you're checking for poop, you're going to
He starts giggling.
That's it.
ticklish butt
I
cheek.
can tickle my own butt cheeks. No. I can tickle my own feet, though. How about that?
You can?
Yeah, sometimes.
She'd do it now.
This is weird.
I got
Yeah.
shoes on. I'm not gonna do that.
No. Okay.
I'm not sure it would work. Okay. All right. I'm reaching. No, there's no way. Not through my shoe.
All right, so what about this Elon Musk SpaceX thing, Steve?
Oh man. I was obviously super pumped about it. You know, it's a new announcement. They're gonna update the plans for the BFR and show us their updated design, which they had tweeted out a picture, or actually several pictures. I can show you guys, and anybody that's just listening to the audio, you've probably already seen these pictures, and if not, just go to Elon's Twitter account. But it looks beautiful. It kind of looks like a space shuttle. And it has a completely new entry profile. Like we're used to seeing the rocket booster come back basically vertical through the atmosphere, and this thing is basically going to do like a belly flop. It's going to ride on its belly the whole way down. Like I'm pretty sure most people know that the space shuttle would come in. It would come in on its belly, but then it would kind of pitch forward and become a glider. Well, this is not going to do that. It's going to come in on its belly, and there are 3 fins sticking out. There's 2 like kind of towards the bottom, and then there's 1 on the back. It looks like a vertical stabilizer, like on a plane, but it's actually not. It only serves as a landing leg. The 2 other landing legs that are black, they're part of like the heat shield. They can flap up, forward or back. Not like it's not going to flap enough to keep it in flight or anything, but it's to alter its pitch and roll and maintain control. And as it falls down, it's just going to keep falling on its belly, and then I don't know, maybe 30 seconds before it gets to the ground, then it's going to rotate to vertical and land on those fins. So those fins, they serve as an aerodynamic surface as well as their landing legs, which is just brilliant because before they had these legs that would protrude out, and that just adds complexity. Of course, the Falcon 9 is able to do it, and the first stage of the BFR will still do something like that. But this thing's going into deep space, and you want to make sure everything works.
So this is the thing that's going to have the Japanese businessman and his artists in it.
Right, yeah. So the guy's name is Yusaku Maezawa, and he doesn't mind being called MZ. He said as much on the thing. So you don't have to try to remember Yusaku Maizawa. You can just remember MZ. And he gave a little talk. His English is very broken, but he had a speech prepared and he spoke. The rest of the time, he was pretty much listening through an interpreter. But the big announcement is not that he's going; it's that he has chosen to take 6 to 8 artists along with him. And for some people, you're going to be like, "Wow, that's incredible," and some people aren't going to see the significance. But we have never sent anybody to space because they're an artist. Now we've had a few. There's Chris Hadfield, who is a Canadian astronaut that's been to the space station multiple times, and he's a musician, and he actually recorded some songs up there, and so that's kind of neat. And there's also astronaut Don Pettit, who is a great photographer. He took some amazing photos while he was up there, but we've never sent anybody that is just an incredible artist that could be so inspired by a trip like this, and just imagine the kind of art that they're going to be able to create while they're on the trip, and also whenever they come back. He wants to send, painters, photographers, filmmakers, fashion designers, dancers. Like, they've got the picture of this lady kind of doing like ballet and playing a violin. I can show this to you guys, and again, any listeners, you can find all these on Elon Musk's Twitter page. Just scroll down a little bit. And so basically that big window in the front would be like a theater, and you've got this lady floating there with her violin, and you're enjoying a show. I mean, that's having that kind of exposure to space, and having artists kind of relate what this experience is like, I think is going to be monumental, because a lot of most astronauts aren't very good at connecting with the general public. They're just super whizzes, and they think about it very technically. There's been several interviews with them, and they'll talk about, it's very beautiful, and some of them even talk about the overview effect, where you spend enough time looking down at the Earth and you realize just how meaningless all of our quarrels are between us, and how important it is that we take care of this planet. But they don't have a focus on relaying that to the general public, and this mission, I think, is going to really lead to that.
So who do we want? Who
Right.
do we want to go? Who do we want to see? That's a question you asked. us.
I wanted at least one person. It could be just like somebody that you really like.
People.
But
like artists.
yeah,
What-
artists. It could be any kind of art. My first, I mean, I can probably come up with a few, but I actually think Sigur Rós would be a good choice, because their stuff is always so, like, do you guys know who they are? It's like very ambient and weird and beautiful. It's the kind of music that'll put you to sleep, but it's also, it makes you feel things. Like, you can't understand the guy because he's Icelandic, and so the words don't matter. It just makes you feel. That would be a choice of mine. Do you guys have any? Anybody want to speak up with theirs?
Space Coast Steve.
Yeah.
Weird Al.
Weird
Yeah.
Al. Actually, that would be great.
He's
Honestly,
one comedian.
he's such a cool guy.
I thought everybody would laugh at that. And everybody's like, "Oh yeah." Weird Al."
Actually, no, that would be awesome. I mean, obviously, his style of music doesn't necessarily lend itself to it, but I don't know.
Kanye West.
Oh, God.
Post Malone.
Post Malone. The only thing I hear about Post Malone is Brian telling me how much he hates it and doesn't get why the kids like it these days.
Yeah.
I've never even
Well,
heard the
Haywood
song.
Banks.
I don't even know who that is.
Haywood Banks.
Yeah.
Well, my obvious choice is somebody that's dead. So I don't really have anybody else that I think would do a great job up there. I think if they could take David Bowie 6 times, in one trip, that would have been the right choice.
And to be clear, just in case anybody out there is like wondering, oh well, do the artists have to pay? No, it's all expenses paid by this one guy.
I think what we're missing here is, but all artwork done during the flight, he owns.
Is that the case? Because I have.
Dude, I'm making that up, but I'm going. That's how I would. That's how I would pay for the damn thing. Yeah, I'll pay for you. Come on up. I need you to paint something though, but.
It's fine.
We're gonna auction it off. I'll give a little charity, but
Yeah.
this ain't free.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely possible. It's funny that you mentioned that because I had not even thought about that. I hadn't heard anybody talk about that until I was listening to a podcast, a space podcast today, and someone was like, "Well, probably the way he's going to recoup his money is by selling the art." I'm like, "Wait a minute."
I mean, sounds like if you're thinking about the spirit of this trip, that sounds like that would be disastrous.
That would be the opposite of
I already
the spirit.
don't like Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Of course, we don't know what it's going to
I'm
be
thinking
like years
MZ.
from now.
I'm thinking the MZ guy would do it, not
Oh,
Elon.
Yeah,
I
not
know,
Elon.
But Elon's would catch the shit
Right.
just like he would.
Yeah.
Because people are going to look for any excuse to shit talk this thing because that's what people do.
Mm-hmm.
MZ don't care, man. He's at a factory cranking out Harry Potter wands. He don't give a shit what anybody thinks about him.
Oh, what he actually is, the reason he's a billionaire, he founded an online clothing company called Zozo, and it's like the biggest online clothing company in Japan, and that's where his money is. Apparently, he's only worth like $3 billion. I know that's a lot, but they said that the amount of money that he put in is a significant amount of development. He's not just paying like in the future there will be some amount that it costs to ride on a BFR.
Mm-hmm.
He's investing in it.
Exactly. He's helping them move it forward so that he can ride on it.
Honestly, my actual real choice for this, and I don't know if I could exactly call this person an artist, but it would be somebody like a Terrence McKenna. I mean, Terrence McKenna's dead, but somebody like him.
He's got
like,
a brother.
Ram Dass is he's almost 90, so obviously he couldn't go.
Right.
But one of those kind of people that have,
there is
explored many places in consciousness.
Right.
They've already gone to many
moons.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I would love to see somebody like that, see their perspective on that.
Yeah. Well, there's Dennis McKenna, Terrence's younger brother.
Yeah, he's old as shit too, though.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's another. Yeah.
Somebody like that, but younger. I don't know, a Duncan Trussell.
Yes.
Duncan Trussell. Yeah. There we go.
Oh yeah, that would actually be really good. Yeah, I wonder if like a comedian would ever be considered as a choice. I mean, they're good speakers,
They should. Yeah, I think one of them should be a comedian.
And another interesting thing is that MZ tweeted out that after the presentation thing, he was talking to Elon for an extended period of time, and Elon suggested that he take one or two astronauts because he's going to need some experience up there. And one Mr. Scott Kelly actually tweeted out that he is more than willing to go on that flight with him. And Scott Kelly is the one that was on the space station for a year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would want one guy like that.
At
definitely.
least, yes. Oh, that just made me feel so warm and fuzzy. When I saw that tweet, I was like, Scott Kelly, you are the man. That he would raise his hand. I mean, because I don't know what like the NASA rules are. Are you just allowed to volunteer for some commercial flight? I imagine he's probably considered retired at this point. Like he's never
He
going to
doesn't pass the bone density test.
But yeah, I think he'd be a great person because he's a great communicator. After that trip, I mean, we went and saw him speak. He wrote a great book about it. I think he would be an excellent choice. Patrick, did you say anybody?
No, because I can't think of anybody.
I also, I mean, I think
This would be weird. The lack of gravity is just gonna fuck with everything.
his turntable
Yeah.
won't work. 'Cause
I think they need to take a flat earther.
Oh, yes.
Yes,
Yes.
that makes sense. Yeah.
Whoever the most notable flat earther is.
Yeah.
out there.
And make them an artist. They could
Yeah.
paint pictures because I'm sure there's some artsy folk that are up in that, flat
Yeah.
earther.
Hey, there's probably somebody that works at Subway that is a flat earther. So there you have an artist
Yes,
and a flat earther.
Right. Yeah.
oh no, Eddie Bravo. Here we go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
The martial artist and a weirdo. So there we go. Perfect.
A martial artist, yeah, that'd be cool.
I wouldn't mind seeing the lead singer of Muse going, Matt Bellamy, because I love their music. I like what they sing about, and I think that it could be some good music. But I feel like that's not as high art as what they're looking for. Like everybody that he named, of like people that like are the artists that he respects, I didn't know any of them, you know. And
Talk about classical music and painters. And
yeah,
things.
something like that. I mean, I think that James Cameron should be a choice. I mean, he's been to the bottom of the ocean. You know, he's totally into this shit, and I think that he could create, you know, a great movie out of it. You know, and film it.
Yeah.
You know, he'd be filming it the whole way.
There was
sure.
somebody that mentioned David Bowie's son, and his name escapes me now, but David Bowie's son has directed some movies.
That's
and
right. Yeah.
I'd vote for him if it was a voting situation.
Michael Moore. I want Michael Moore to go on there.
He's gonna expose something about, you know, how it's all a fraud or something.
What about Key and Peele?
They're considered one artist.
Yeah.
I had another one.
I think Roger Waters or David Gilmour would be a good choice to go up there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That's a good choice. I like that.
Mhm.
Who they?
Pink Floyd.
Yeah, Roger Waters, former member of Pink Floyd. David Gilmour, still in Pink Floyd. I mean, Rick Wright or any of the band members, really. But I think Gilmour.
Think of the merch possibilities.
Oh, yeah.
So much merch.
So much merch.
Yeah.
I mean, you could get a T-shirt.
Handbag.
Yeah. Magnets.
Yeah.
Keychains. Pens. Space pens. Pink Floyd space pens.
Yeah.
Everybody needs one of those.
I actually do think that I think that John Krause should be the photographer, the kid here,
Who's that?
the launch photographer
Oh, okay.
here, because I mean he's just a great photographer, and he already kind of has that space mentality, you know what I mean? Like, I think,
Dude, get in there and fucking bump him out of the way, man.
Yeah.
Take his place. You got a few years.
Yeah.
Kick him.
Damn, that's a lot of pictures of
Yeah.
Roger Waters
You know what
there.
I'm saying?
Yeah. So yeah, we do have a few years. It's 5 years from now is when they're supposedly going to take this trip.
So we should book our place now,
Yeah.
5 years in advance to go see it.
Oh yeah. Go ahead and book that hotel because it'll be right on time.
Hey, Steve-O, we're coming down in 5 years.
Yeah.
Booking a couch.
Whether they launch or not, they won't. There's no way.
Yeah, what is your realistic time? What do you think it's actually going to be?
Well,
10 years.
it's so hard. All I can do is go off of Elon time, and even that it's very hard to gauge. I mean, you figure he originally announced the Falcon Heavy in like 2011 or 2012, and it was supposed to fly in 2014, I think, and it didn't fly until this year. You know, maybe 2025. One of the things I'm wondering about is like, what do the powers that be have to say about this? Are they like, you think you're putting these people on this ship? You know, like does the FAA or NASA or anybody, do they have like a say so? And would they?
What about Men in Black?
Okay, who the fuck are they to say they can't? And even if they did, all that means is that SpaceX would go do it in some other country that would have let them do it, and then the U.S. wouldn't have that. Would kind of lose. They would lose out.
so much
They would lose
opportunity.
the bragging rights, and they would look bad. I mean,
Yeah, that's true.
they're gonna let them do it.
Yeah.
It just-
And especially if one or two of their astronauts are on board, then they're going to want to slap a big NASA sticker on the side. I'm cool with that.
I'm sure Elon would be too.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, leading up to it, he tweeted out, "Hey, just want to let everyone know that without NASA, SpaceX wouldn't be where it is today." And he tries to take those opportunities to thank NASA for everything, even though a lot of people think that there's like a competition between them. It's really not.
I wouldn't think so. I really, really wouldn't think so. It doesn't make any sense. It's
the only competition that does make sense is the fact that NASA has been instructed to build the SLS, and the BFR will be more capable than the SLS. So
yeah,
that's the big thing, and that's more like contractors not liking it. Who's to say how many people within NASA actually even think that the SLS should be built? I mean, as of now, they probably are like, yeah, we still need it, but once the BFR is a real thing, then it's going to be like, don't really need this thing because it's completely not reusable, whereas the BFR is completely reusable.
Like a hell of an employee lounge.
Yeah. And he predicted, someone asked him when they're going to see the Mars base, and he said 2028.
The Mars base.
Base on Mars in 2028.
All right.
Yeah, that's
kind of close.
Feels pretty
Yeah,
close.
it's 10 years from now. I don't know. Yeah, so I'll say like, and I think maybe the BFR will fly for the first time in like, 4 or 5 years, and then maybe a couple years after that, they'll have enough testing under their belt that they'll feel confident in doing the mission. Because obviously SpaceX doesn't.
Seatbelt to test,
Yeah.
airbags.
Gotta be
and stuff
strapped
like
in,
that.
yeah. But, like once we get to Mars, are like people living there? They're gonna just, are they gonna base their age off of Mars years or Earth years?
That's a good question. Probably Earth years, I would think.
down the line.
Oh,
It would
shit.
if there actually was a
Like,
sustained colony. It
yeah.
would probably eventually become
Yeah, if there was like people born.
born on Mars. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, man, I haven't even thought about like they're gonna have to make a new calendar for them. I mean, luckily their day is.
How are they going to make a calendar? The Mayans are dead.
They're the only ones that know how to do it.
Jesus.
Well, it's pretty common. Like if you read a lot of sci-fi, that you have these like, world spanning, thousands of worlds or whatever across a solar system or galaxy, and that they all have their local time, but then there's one sort of unified time that they all sort of also follow, and generally it's kind of revolves around Earth.
Right, I think it would. I think
Or
it would.
the main planet
It-
happens to be in the
The
story.
sentient planet.
Yeah, the sentient. There are those. Yeah,
Huh.
sentient planets. Some stories.
Yeah. Yeah. And Mars's day is only 40 minutes longer than Earth, so it's pretty close. So you're.
Oh, it's not even. It's not even that dramatic. Of
Yeah, yeah. So your biological clock will be pretty much the same, although the timing is, obviously, your time gets delayed. So if you're able to communicate with somebody, it's roughly noon, but for both of us, as the days go on, it's going to be more like midnight for you and noon for them, and then slowly it will realign. The Mars rover drivers have to deal with that, like their schedule is constantly being moved back 40 minutes. That's kind of a neat little tidbit.
So do we want to go to that other question you asked, Steve-O, or does
Yeah.
somebody have something they want to talk about?
Yeah. So the question was, you have just been named the 5th horseman of the apocalypse.
Oh.
What is your plague and pestilence that you bring upon the earth?
So death is taken.
War is taken.
Famine is taken.
Mm-hmm.
Famine.
And the first one is, what is it?
Let's see.
War, death, plague, and famine.
Okay, here we
go.
go. So the figure representing conquest rides a white horse.
Conquest.
For war, it's a red horse. Famine is a black horse, and plague is a pale horse. So the pale horse kind of gets all the plagues, I guess, but we get to make up our own. So,
what about like everybody can read everybody's mind?
oh, that's a good one.
How much that would actually kind of suck.
Mm-hmm.
It would.
There was some story I saw years ago where everybody in this like area, they all did that, and basically everybody just ended up living by themselves in the woods, and they just avoided everybody at all costs.
Right? Yeah. You'd have to. Yeah. Was there like a distance threshold? Like if you got far enough away?
So, yeah, you get in a certain range, and you can start to hear other people's thoughts.
Yeah. I mean, I wonder like if the apocalypse is going down, I wonder how big of an issue that would be.
I don't know. I mean, the apocalypse.
I mean, I guess you'd still have, you'd probably be in some small group of people, if maybe in a big group.
Apocalypse is it's it's not like
It lasts a long time.
Yeah, it's not a day event. It's you've got to get through each one of those horses and
imagine you're like huddled in the fallout shelter, and then you can hear all the terror of everybody else in there with you.
And it would be overwhelming. You would drive you insane because you'd be hearing all these voices. You just would.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it, Nathan, that's a really good one. Well, mine was silly string. Because I mean,
from the sky.
yeah, just falling from the sky. Just everybody already hates it, and if anybody strikes a match, we're all fucked.
Yeah, it is very dangerous.
Yeah, it's dangerous, and it ruins your clothes. Nobody
Well, mine
wants
is the opposite of famine. Everybody feels like Thanksgiving Day.
So it's gluttony.
Gluttony.
No, it's not gluttony. You don't eat. You don't do anything to get it. It's just you are so uncomfortably full that you can't breathe. That's my plague.
It doesn't sound. Yeah, that doesn't sound fun.
No.
No, it's miserable.
Like you feel like you want to shit, but you can't.
Yeah,
Oh, that
man.
sucks.
Oh, yeah.
that would be a good one too. Just constipation.
Yeah, you'd have a cool name like Constipence.
Pence. Is that because Mike Pence was in town? Constant Pence was in town.
Well, yeah, he did back up traffic.
Yeah,
Oh.
Yeah.
Constantine.
Yeah. I would do sugar cramps from drinking sugary sodas all the time.
Yeah, just any kind of stomach cramps.
Yeah.
Sugar cramps.
Yeah, drink like a 6-pack of Not Your Father's root beer, no water. Let me know how you feel. You feel like you're gonna die.
I'm not ever gonna do that.
Is it from the sugar, not the carbonation?
It's the sugar. It's so sweet
Yeah.
from that.
it's the combination
Yeah.
of sugar and alcohols.
And dehydration, yeah, because your muscles cramp when you're dehydrated.
I think my horse would be if there was you couldn't believe anything anybody said. It was just there was lack of truth, no truth.
Oh.
So anything anybody said,
It's like everybody's
That's-
just paranoid.
yeah.
That seems like it started.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
You don't know that.
What do you know? I can't trust you. Or like never-ending laughter.
Ooh, yeah.
You can't ever stop laughing.
Overwhelming joy.
Yeah. Constant orgasm.
Ooh.
Ooh. That'd be a messy place.
Yeah.
Kind of hard.
It's hard to have a never.
What?
What?
What's hard, Dave?
To constantly have an orgasm, I would think.
Uh-huh.
I mean, you would be dehydrated.
Yeah. It'd be like drinking seawater and swimming out in the fish because you think that there's a boat out there to save you and you get eaten by sharks.
I don't know.
Learn from past
Just
experience.
like that.
That's what happens. Don't drink the seawater. I'm telling you.
Fish do it all the time. Why can't I?
I don't know. Why?
That's a
why
good
is
question.
that? Fucking fish, man.
Fucking fish. What do they know? Dead fish.
All right, what else we got for plagues? Anybody else got? Becca, did you say one?
Yeah. Constipants.
Constipants.
Everybody's
Constipants sounds pretty good.
Everyone's nose in the world is turned into a honking clown nose.
And everyone feels compelled to honk everyone else's nose.
Yeah, you have to touch their nose.
It becomes the new hello, honking someone else's nose.
As you do.
But it adds just a little bit of joy to a really bad situation.
I can't think of anything else. I'm just trying to think of stuff that happens to everybody that just feels like shit.
Oh, I know. You get cut off in traffic constantly.
Power goes out when you're showering.
Yeah. No more hot water.
Yeah, every time you take a shower, the power goes out. So you have to balance between like, okay, I don't want this to happen again, but I really smell bad.
Every time you're taking a shit, there's no toilet paper.
Yeah. Ooh.
Knock it up. And then you run in there, you just got dosed with some laxative. You sit down and you look over to the left, no toilet paper.
Or like there's a faucet over every toilet paper roll holder. And every time you sit on the toilet, water just flushes or drenches the toilet paper.
Better, like it would be cleaner. You have wet toilet paper.
Well, it depends on the
cleaner.
toilet paper you got. You got that shitty kind. It's just gonna rip right through.
Nobody can speak anymore. There's just no more communication via voice. Everything has to be communicated with
through body language. Like a lot of blabber. You know the song.
Yeah, so it's like the Little Mermaid.
It's just like
but everyone.
Yeah.
And everybody has to get kissed by that one guy.
But you don't know who it is.
Yeah.
And like straight guys are like, what the? Like, I've got to kiss all these guys just to find out who it is.
Nice to meet you. I'm Lord Irby.
Oh.
Did we have a voicemail? Didn't you say something about a voicemail?
Good job. Yes, we do
Thanks.
have one. Hang on, I gotta cover it up. Don't want anybody to see all these phone numbers.
Don't want to see Jerry's phone number.
Yep.
We might as well just give it out at this point. He wants everyone to have it.
All right, here we go.
I do not need to see this.
What?
Actually, I don't know why that would ever come up. How do you know this? He's just a regular man who just happens to have money. What are you his penis? He's just a normal man. He doesn't have superpowers.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I mean, if he's Batman, you'd think he'd have a tiny bat penis.
Oh, Batman.
He's only man. Again, why do we even need to see it? I mean, my whole statement was that's something a man shouldn't say, and you had no. Who wouldn't want to see his penis? I know. That's me. I'm answering the question. I am the who. That's fine. It's going on the show. It's going on the show.
Going on the show.
Who are you fighting with about Batman's dick?
Dave, is that you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Dave.
I couldn't believe we were having this conversation. I just dialed the number and set the phone in the middle of the room.
Who are you talking to?
Maybe we should leave him anonymous.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you guys will know at the end of the show because I started to record the conversation. It's very bad recording.
Yeah.
I didn't think you'd use it, and
I didn't listen to it before.
it's not like I can go. Let's
Yeah.
see how that sounds. So I just did it, and that's why.
So you did this real time while you were having this argument?
Yeah, because I was looking through. I had chose this article for the show, and I had blurted this out in conversation. And it is for the first time in 72 years or whatnot, Batman's penis shows up in the comic.
Yeah.
And I was having this conversation, and they said, who wouldn't want to see Batman's penis? And I looked at him and I went, that's just something a man shouldn't say, brother. and I goes, that goes, because now I'm trying to teach this individual some things a man's man shouldn't say.
Yeah.
And
I think I know who this is.
and so
It's today, man.
and so I just said, no. And I answered the question. I don't want to see Batman's penis. So, and we were just going back and forth, and he was going, who wouldn't? I mean, that would be cool.
But would you perhaps, if you saw Batman's penis, what if your penis was bigger? Then
And then we started talking about, would it be a super
like,
penis?
yeah.
And I said, Batman's not a superhero. He's just
That's
a man
not
with-
true.
oh, he's a superhero.
He's a man with
he's-
some
he's-
superpowers.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He doesn't have
Yeah.
superpowers. Why would his penis be super?
He created superpowers with money.
Yeah, he's got money.
I mean,
He can make
I
it
guess
big.
he could put a penile implant in. I
Yeah.
hear that's working great for some folk.
Yeah.
But
How would you know that? That's something a man shouldn't hear.
Huh?
That's something a man shouldn't hear.
I shouldn't. I mean, I think the same person said, I want my ass to burn or something like that.
What?
I know exactly who that is.
And I said,
Reference to what? You don't
Why
just
would you-
randomly say, "I want my ass to burn."
because they wanted to eat jalapeno poppers and they just had a craving for jalapeno poppers. And I went, no, I want my ass to burn. Brother, that's something a man just shouldn't say.
Why would you enjoy that?
I don't,
That's terrible.
again, that's my
That's
point.
another plague.
That's-
Jalapeno shits.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Brad had a good plague.
Burning shits.
Yeah, Brad's plague was Montezuma's revenge.
Yeah.
What's that?
So you drink water in Mexico and just shit.
What?
Oh.
Yeah, it's constant diarrhea, but it's from drinking the water in Mexico.
Yep.
I want to read to you guys the reason that I didn't feel the need to listen to this. I thought this was going to be something completely different because of the way that Google transcribed this message. I thought it was going to be something similar to what Nathan read last week, the bot thing.
Yeah.
So let me just read this to you guys. I do not need to see. Is that would ever come up? Hey, this is just a regular man. It just happens that money. Penis my payment was that something a mansion say. And
Mansion say.
and you wouldn't know who wouldn't want these. I don't know, that's me. I'm answering the question in the hoop.
And hoop.
It's going on the show. It's going on the show.
Oh, man, because that's fine. I guess I won't listen to the show then.
For a second, I thought we have our first random voicemail from somebody that just taped some crazy.
A fucking wrong number.
Yeah.
They butt dialed
Butt
their
dial, yeah.
about Batman's penis.
That's actually what I thought. I thought Dave had butt dialed the show whenever it first started playing. I was like, oh, this, and the way Dave reacted, it looked like he was like, oh shit, I didn't know I did that.
I have an idea. It might not be a good one, but it also might be a good one. We all give out a verbal assault voicemail phone number to the very next person that asks us for our phone number for any reason.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So we go to a doctor, we put our phone number down as this number. They call and they'll leave us a voicemail.
Yeah.
I should have put that down when I was at the hospital. That would have saved me. I would not have to get 12 calls a day.
Yeah.
for money.
From years ago? Or recently?
Yeah, I was in the hospital yesterday.
Yesterday?
No, I'm just kidding. No, my back fucking up.
Okay, all right. Well, so he didn't have the phone number then, so that's why I was wondering.
And what's that phone number? 865-316-6955. Call us up. Butt dial us. We don't care. Purposely butt dial us. Actually, type in the number and then touch your cheek to the call button to call us.
That's butt dial.
It'll be interesting. It's a game.
Yeah, that would be sexy.
That'd be good.
Do that when you wherever you are.
Wherever you are.
You again?
65. Do you want a kick? 55. 55.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Davey.
Oh, Davey.
Little Davey. He's a
Little
new
Davey.
character.
Yep.
Davey
Yeah.
Pea Pie Poo.
His little hat on sideways.
Let us know what you think of Little Davey on iTunes with a 5-star review. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Becca, I'm guessing when we've periodically seen the phone pointed at the light in the ceiling that you have been writing art.
You would think that. I've just been really bored.
But isn't that why you write?
That's
because
right.
you're really bored?
Yes, precisely. But also, it's very tiring to hold my camera up this whole time. Well, so this is poem time?
Yeah.
All right. So this one is called You Never Start with Mexico. I wish we had the freedom to take our time, walking on paths like real people. Pitch forward together, explore consciousness, be where we are today. It may drive us insane. It's hard to gauge the threshold of opportunity in a small group.
You can see it.
One hand snapping.
Nice.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you, Haywood Banks, for our theme song. Glad
Yeah.
everybody made it this week.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very happy about that.
Yeah.
Mm.
It really brought the energy level up a lot more.
Good.
I tell you.
Glad to hear that.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks for all your plagues.
I do shish.